It's a warm welcome to you viewers as we meet on this week's episode of Crime Watch, a program brought to you by your police service, the Zimbabwe Republic Police, to inform you of our roles and operations. I'm your host, Tendekai Dandarasi, with Agnes Mutetwa on the sign language desk. The Zimbabwe Republic Police advises the public that the enforcement of the government's revised COVID-19 lockdown measures on health and security as announced on the 12th of June 2021 will be done without fear or favor. The public should take note that the police will ensure that all gatherings except funerals are banned and compliance is strictly adhered to. Mourners are implored to stick to the stipulated figure of 30 people and observe all COVID-19 protocols. Patrols, blitz and monitoring will be done by the police to ensure that beer halls, bars and nightclubs remain closed. Bottle store owners should strictly observe the given operational time of 1000 hours to 1600 hours. In this regard, all those found drinking beer at bottle stores, inside vehicles and surrounding areas will be arrested. Restaurants and fast food outlets should observe the law and ensure that they only serve takeaways as pronounced by the government. Only hotels and lodges are allowed to serve resident customers in their bars and restaurants till 2200 hours every day. Police officers will also ensure that the wearing of face masks, social distancing, and sanitizing is conducted in all public places, which include tobacco auction floors, supermarkets, public transport, and marketplaces. The Zimbabwe Republic Police will ensure that curfew order issued by the government is complied with. The curfew order runs from 2200 hours to 0530 hours the next day. Police arrested a total of 2,806 people on the 21st of June 2021, bringing the total cumulative figure of arrests to 744,448 people. Of these, 1,751 people were arrested for failure to wear a face mask, while 35 people were arrested for opening business establishments during national lockdown, except those exempted. Members of the public are urged to put their safety and health first and avoid boarding mushikashika and pirate taxis for smooth maintenance of law and order in the country. We also advise you to observe the national and the local lockdown measures which have been put in place due to the increased COVID cases. Police is concerned with unnecessary movements by some bus operators who are pirating during curfew times in places like Chinoi, Magunje, Kazangarare and Kariba, where COVID cases have been on the rise. Police in Mashonaland West Province impounded buses and commuter omnibuses for contravening Section 4, Subsection 1 of Statutory Instrument 83 of 2020, venturing into inter- or intra-city transport industry during lockdown. Take note that the Beitbridge border is closed. Only cargo carriers are allowed to cross in and out of the country, but should also adhere to COVID-19 preventive protocols. Now we look at our success stories. In a milestone arrest, CID Usaid Blawayo apprehended 3 men for 10 unlawful entry and theft cases they committed in and around Blawayo. They stole electrical gadgets including television sets and laptops, among other items. The arrest of the 3 led to the recovery of various goods and property. We spoke to Officer in Charge CID Usaid Blawayo, Detective Inspector Manuel Justin, to give us more on this story.
We are experiencing an increase in the cases of unlawful entry and theft in our policing area. Detectives received information to the effect that there were 3 accused persons selling a 55-inch Samsung curved television. Acting on this tip-off, they arrested the 3 accused persons. The accused persons led to the recovery of stolen property from Lockview in Bulawayo. They also assisted the police with the clearing of a total of 10 cases of unlawful entry and theft cases which were occurring in our policing area. Property recovered is worth US $1,218, 29,450 rands, and 450 RTGS. We urge members of the public to continue supporting us, providing us with information which lead to the arrest of these people so that innocent citizens can live peacefully in their areas.
Police in Manicaland province continue to apprehend people for smuggling activities. Recently, they recovered 130 bales of second-hand clothes. The bales, worth over 3 million Zimbabwean dollars, were taken to Zimra GMS warehouse, where they were handed over to Zimra officials. We urge members of the public to refrain from smuggling activities. Crime Watch takes a short break. Join us in the second segment. Welcome to the second segment of Crime Watch, and thank you for staying with us. ZRP Beitbridge Rural Police Station recovered a Toyota Quantum that had been stolen in South Africa. Let us hear more.
We received information to the effect that there was a car which was stolen from South Africa, a Quantum. We received the information from the guy called Regis from Car Tracker from Harare. He sent some pictures that where the car was exactly. It was in the Chabiri area. Then we sent a team of 3 guys to go and react on the issue. They managed to track it. They found that the car was along Tongwe Road, which goes in the rural areas. When they went through the main road, they went to Bishopstone Turnoff, where they waited for the car. Few minutes, the car arrived, and they tried to stop the car, but it couldn't stop. They fired 2 shots on the car, but the driver and the other passenger managed to escape through the passenger's door. We are appealing to members of the public. If anyone has got information of the accused persons, you can come up, then you can give the police that information.
Still in Beitbridge, police apprehended 3 men after a spate of robbery cases and recovered groceries which had been smuggled into the country.
We received a spate of armed robberies. The cases were occurring from the places ranging from Lutumba, Tumba, and the Pande areas. The criminals are armed with 303 rifles, pistols, machetes, and iron bars will target the people who are crossing the border using illegal crossing points. They would then block their way by barricading the road using the stones and logs. The driver would then stop the vehicle, and that is the time they would pounce on the unsuspecting passengers. They would then rob them of their valuables, which include cash and cell phones. Then when they pounce on those vehicles coming from South Africa, they would then target their property, which includes assortment of groceries. So recently, our team received information to the effect that there were some armed robbers who were hiding at Lutumba shopping center. Reacting to the information, they then arrested the accused persons, who were numbering to 6, and they recovered a 303 rifle here with 13 rounds. And an assortment of groceries, and also a pistol was recovered from those criminals. Those criminals were remanded in custody.
For this week's road safety issues, let us join Elliot Kudzai Ganyani in the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe.
Very well, Tendekai. In one of our previous episodes, we joined the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe in touring some streets of Harare's Central Business District. We're embarking on yet another similar journey. Why don't you join us?
We decided to drive along the streets of Harare to try and identify some of the road user behavior. We noted that pirates, taxis, and unregistered combis usually cause congestion in the city. As you can see on the screen, there are some mushikashika vehicles which are occupying this lane which would normally be assisting in the flow of traffic. The drivers of mushikashika vehicles can stubbornly remain in a lane, causing congestion. As you can see, they are actually blocking the road. They are driving dangerously and can be involved in an accident, which is a risk to all the people who have decided to use the mshikashika vehicles. We would like to appeal to members of the public to shun usage of such vehicles. We also noted with concern that there are some drivers who seem not to understand the basic rule that they should give precedence to pedestrians at a pedestrian crossing point. We stopped at one such pedestrian crossing point along Jason Moyo. Although we had stopped, some cars were proceeding and going past the transverse lines, threatening the life of the pedestrians. The law requires that you must stop behind the transverse lines and allow pedestrians to go. This pedestrian crossing is supposed to calm traffic and ensure that pedestrians cross the road safely. But we observed that there are quite a number of vehicles that are making it difficult for pedestrians to utilize the pedestrian crossing. And as a result, you find that some people decide to use undesignated crossing points. Some pedestrians are also in the habit of walking along the road instead of walking on the pavements. Some of the pedestrians even walk whilst not facing traffic, as you can see, and they will not be able to know that there's a car coming from behind. As you can see, those two ladies in front of us, they are not even aware, yet they could be walking on the pavement. We drove along Charter Road at the intersection of Charter and Abercorn. We noticed that there are some unregistered combis which occupy the intersection, making it difficult. We had a hard time to turn at the intersection of Abercorn, and we had to turn in between cars. We also observed that street vending is one of the problems that can lead into traffic accidents. We noted with concern that there are some vendors who walk in between cars that are stationary at traffic lights. We also passed through the intersection of Herbert Staple and Parkland Street. All the cars that are turning on the screen are turning right against the law, and they are facing oncoming traffic. The law clearly states that a police officer in uniform can override all forms of signs and signals. Under normal circumstances at this intersection, which has no traffic lights, motorists should give precedence to traffic coming from the road on the right. But in this instance, there is a police officer directing traffic. We would like to appeal to all motorists to ensure that they take note of the hand signals that are being given by the police officer and follow those instructions.
You saw what we witnessed, dangerous and reckless driving by some motorists and even the pedestrians themselves, jaywalking and risking their own lives. Road safety is a collective responsibility. Let us all play our part in making our roads safer. Meanwhile, the Zimbabwe Republic Police and the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe are on a joint exercise that commenced this Friday, that is the 25th of June 2021, that is meant to decongest major cities. Please cooperate with these law enforcers as they will be going about their duties. On that note, we are taking a short break. Join us in the third and final segment.
Welcome to the third and final segment of Crime Watch, where we'll be looking at the assistance we get from members of the public. In Norton, The farmers and the business community, led by Mr. Andrew Mushita, refurbished a police motor vehicle to smoothen police duties in order to fight crime in their community. The officer in charge, Norton Rural Police, appreciated the assistance they get from members of the public.
We would like to thank all our farmers who have come up with this good idea. Now with this kind of support that we have just received from members of the public, our farming community actually, we are now able to attend to most of their problems. We want to thank everybody who put their hands in their pockets and gave us all the necessary financial support. Now we are able to safely say we can come to any place, we can go to any place in and around Norton, especially in our rural areas. We are also promising our community that we will put to good use this Defender vehicle.
What prompted me to work and collaborate with our Norton Police Force was aspect of break-ins within our community and also some cases of armed robbery which were taking place within the community. We then started discussing with some of the details the challenges they were facing, and these related to mobility. I then teamed up with a number of farmers within our community, and we raised some resources to repair the police vehicle. My word of encouragement is that I think let's work together with the police, let's cooperate, let's collaborate to fight crime. I think as society or some business persons, we also have a duty to support the police.
The Business Against Crime Forum of Zimbabwe Backforce for Bulawayo Suburban District drilled a borehole for ZRP Donington Police to curb water challenges. They also donated 8 bicycles to necessitate patrols in their area.
About 2 years ago, we made a pledge to bring water to Donington Police Station, as well as to other police stations within our Bulawayo Suburban District. It is indeed my honor to stand before you to firstly thank you, the business community, who through your confidence in me has made it possible for us to have completed this task together today. The credit is shared with yourselves and with our district. Further, we did not only accomplish the borehole here today, but also contributed towards alleviating the transport difficulties currently being experienced throughout our province, not only at Donington. And it is also our proud and esteemed honor to have, through our business community once again, donated 6 bicycles to Donington Police Station to alleviate in officers responding to crimes.
The officer commanding police, Bulawayo Province, Commissioner Patton Mbangwa, officiated at the handover ceremony.
The Zimbabwe Public Police Command acknowledges and appreciates cooperation and commitment by the local business community under the Backforce banner in fighting crime, as well as improving the quality of life in the general community they operate from. Since its inception in 2012, Backforce Bulawayo Suburban Chapter has accomplished numerous notable achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, today we converge here to celebrate yet another accomplishment, the commissioning of ZRP Donning Borehole and the Cycle Patrol Unit, all out of the benevolence of Backforce. Indeed, this borehole will go a long way in improving the lives of not only camp residents, but also the community at large. Ladies and gentlemen are all aware that water is life. The donation of cycles by Backforce comes at a time when crime is relatively on the increase, not only at Donington, but in Bulawayo as a whole. The deployment of a cycle patrol unit will go a long way in increasing police visibility and ensuring timeless crime scene attendance. Motivated personnel working with efficient tools experiences less frustration and tends to improve productivity. I'm pleased to commission the Z-Therapy Donington Boho as well as the cycles. May this property last long, save lives, and reduce crime in the community.
Police Protection Unit has partnered with Old Mutual to train its officers in financial literacy. The course is aimed at broadening the participants in financial literacy at workplaces as well as their homes.
I really want to thank Old Mutual for partnering us in sponsoring and making this course a success. The course will go a long way in building competitiveness and also building capacities of our women network to manage their finances. Financial literacy is a great opportunity that they will have to empower themselves and also manage our operations as an organization. This will go a long way in empowering our women so that they can manage even financial crimes that are also occurring on a day-to-day basis. Without knowledge, you are nothing. But with the knowledge, you are capacitated to such an extent that you can manage whatever sort of crime that might happen.
We also spoke to the Old Mutual representative who had this to say about the course.
We have a long-standing relationship with the Zimbabwe Republic Police, and we continue to support initiatives to uplift women and empower them in their day-to-day lives as well as in the workplace. We believe that initiatives such as financial education and literacy training programs empower women to be able to interpret and understand financial information in their jobs, for example, financial crime, as well as in their personal and professional lives. We urge women to implement the learnings from this program in their day-to-day lives.
Before we come to the end of this week's episode, here are some of the people on the police wanted list. Mvuma Police Station is looking for Joseph Mateke, aged 23, whose last known address is number 24, Village 2, Dangarendove, Mvuma, for a robbery case. Precious Chiminama, aged 40, of stand number 31, CB2, Linwood, Mvuma, is wanted by Mvuma Police Station for 4 counts of attempted murder. Lastly, Glendale Police Station is looking for George Jimu, aged 41, of Craig Noah Farm, Glendale, for a murder case. Anyone with information that may help in the location of these people can contact any nearest police station or contact us on the following details. Our National Complaints Desk number is 0242 703 631. Visit our website www.ztherapy.gov.zw. Email us on feedback@ztherapy.gov.zw. Alternatively, you can link with us on our Twitter handle @PoliceZimbabwe or like us on our Facebook page, Zimbabwe Republic Police. Be reminded that all Crime Watch episodes are accessible on our YouTube channel, Zimbabwe Republic Police. We have come to the end of this week's episode. It has been a pleasure having you along. From Agnes Mutetwa on the Sign Language Desk, the crew behind the scenes and myself, pleasant viewing.